welcome to another video. Today's lesson, cleaning leather car seats, a commonly asked question. To start off with, before I show you exactly what I do, you need to operate under new understanding, which is this. Your car leather is coated with a synthetic clear coating. That changes the rules. It's one of the lies of the industry. The industry is not bent on teaching you updated information, because if they did, then you would come to the conclusion that a lot of their products are irrelevant now. But they want to continue to sell you those products, so therefore they do not want to update you with new information. This is the new information. Your car leather, it's been coated with a clear protective coating. But fear not, folks, for this is the good news. The good news is that it means your leather is easier to clean and maintain, and it will also be more resistant to normal wear and tear. But how do we clean it? How do we take care of it? Well, the good news, once again, the good news just keeps rolling in. You don't have to overthink it. So all those dedicated leather cleaners, yes, you can use them. Yes, they're good, but unfortunately, they've been dumbed down, for one, and so they become less effective because they have to be engineered to the base level of society. So they have to water it down, dumb it down, call it whatever you want. Secondly, you might quickly come to the conclusion of like, wow, how come this industry is, let's call it just misleading at best? Why is it misleading me? Why is it not teaching me updated information? Well, once again, I've told you why they do that. They just want to separate you from more of your money. Okay, whatever, capitalism. So with the understanding that you're dealing with a synthetic clear coating, how do you clean it? This is what I do. My latest go-to product, and just FYI for all you long-term followers, I do not use Meguiar's all-purpose cleaner any longer. I prefer this because this is not toxic, non-flammable, non-abrasive, environmentally friendly, biodegradable, non-caustic. I mean, it's just got this win-win-win-win-win, and yet it still remains effective. And then the added bonus is that it comes in a concentrate like the all-purpose cleaner can. And so I can custom dilute it based on my needs. So when it comes to cleaning your car leather, I dilute it down 10 to 1. 1 part concentrate to 10 equal parts of water. That's my winning formulation. But you, based on your situation, if you're dealing with excessive buildup of dirt on your leather, you may want to make a stronger mixture of this, but it remains safe. And if you're fearful, test the waters, go in easy, don't go in hot, test it, build up your confidence, and move forward. The steps are pretty straightforward. First, you vacuum first. You always vacuum first. Why? Because it's much easier to remove with a vacuum dry, loose debris than it is to get it wet, have it become a big soupy mess, and then mop it up. It's easier if you pre-vacuum, remove as much, whether you're cleaning the carpeting, the velour, or your leather seats. Yes, even your leather seats, even though they're considered a non-porous material, as in they don't have fibers generally, unless it's a suede leather material. There's no fibers to it. It's basically smooth with maybe a subtle texture. But down in the creases and seams of it, you will collect food or whatever it is that you bring into your car, and the dirt and the dust. So you pre-vacuum it, paying special attention to those crevices. You pull those crevices apart. You may need a toothbrush, some kind of detailing brush to agitate it and break that loose material free so that you can suck it up with your vacuum cleaner. A little word of warning. The tip of your vacuum cleaner can often get sharp edges or cuts into it. Believe it or not, those can have the ability to leave a permanent mark or damage to your car leather. It will slice into that protective coating and it will visually create an unwanted situation. I promise you, if you just take a little precaution initially, it's called risk mitigation. You mitigate that risk, because I promise you, the regret of making that mistake, it will endure. It will endure like no other. It will endure like white on rice, and that will bug you moving forward for the days of your life experience with your car. So just take caution. You can sand this down with some sandpaper, emery cloth. Do whatever it takes to buff this down. You can rub it really aggressively against the carpeting in the garage or your house or wherever, and literally create enough friction to polish this and sand this down so it's completely smooth. It's my first word of caution. Secondly, wear a glove. Wear some kind of prophylactic, a form of protection. Why? Because your fingernails may have a sharp edge to it. You may not be aware of it until you're vacuuming your car and that sharp edge catches your car leather and creates a permanent scuff or slice into your leather, and you would be astonished at how easily that can happen if it's sharp enough. So take caution. I know it seems trivial, but I'm saving you a lot of regret for the person that wants to be hasty and just jump into cleaning their car leather, not take caution, and then that regret. I promise you it will last. With that said, I'm going to demonstrate exactly what I use. These are my go-to brushes, 2 of them. This is a non-abrasive synthetic scrub pad. It's not going to be abrasive. It's not going to damage your car leather. Even though when you get this in your hands, most of you, if you're inexperienced, will find this disturbing. You will think, no way, Darren, that's going to scratch the hell out of my car leather. Well, all I can say is that I can reassure you that no, the hell it won't. It won't scratch your car leather. But you remain in control. So go in light, test the waters, gain some confidence, verify for yourself that it is in fact going to be effective without being damaging. This is my go-to because it will contour very easily against the leather itself and the contours of the leather seating. Second is this brush. It's a nylon brush. It's not too stiff. It's not too soft. The industry would have you want to buy a special natural brush that's very soft and gentle. Okay, I understand the logic behind that. We think car leather's overly sensitive and fragile, but it's not. It's actually very durable. So these bristles, while logically they feel and appear very, very safe, and they are, trust me, they are very, very safe. But if you actually have leather that's dirty, they're also very, very ineffective. We don't want to be very, very ineffective. We want to be effective, efficient, and safe. So by all means, buy one of these. Buy all 3 of these. You can find links below this video to my website, which will tell you how to buy them. But you don't need it. I want to keep it simple for you so that you can enjoy driving your clean car rather than spending and consuming entire weekends cleaning your car. So these are my go-to. Let me show you what I do. I've got my simple green, concentrate, diluted down in a sprayer, 10:1. I've got my 2 type of scrub brushes. I've got my microfiber cloth, which is my go-to cloth. Always, always, always use a microfiber cloth. It is the winning balance. Not only is it gentle and safe, but it's a very absorbent. So you may find with other cotton or polyester type of cloths, they tend to kind of push the water around or the liquids rather than soak them up. We want something that's very absorbent. This is why I love these cloths. So if you're overly anxious, overly fearful, feel free to spray the pad first. And yes, this is my go-to for most cases, first as the cleaning operation. You spray it, you scrub it, you mop it up, check your results, decide if you need to repeat your application or you just need to move on. When I'm cleaning a car seat, I break it down into sections. Now just remember, as I laid out before, vacuuming is the first step. So this has already been pre-vacuumed. I got down into the seams. I spread them apart. broke any of that debris apart that I needed to. Now it's time for the liquids to be introduced into the equation. I prefer to spray it like this, but because I'm going to detail this hole inside perhaps, or I know that I can easily wipe up any overspray, and I also know that it's not going to damage any surrounding materials, I'm okay spraying it. But you have to decide that for yourself. So this pad is very friendly because it will contour to the contours of the seating itself, or I should say it will mold to the contours of the seating itself. Now I pay, once again, special attention to the seams, and I hold those seams apart as I'm mopping up the dirty cleaning solution now, and I run my finger very deliberately into those seams so that I have thorough mopping up. Now you might notice, if the camera's picking it up, that there's perforations in here. A lot of you will go into freak out mode. We'll have a video dedicated specifically on how to deal with perforations. In this moment, you don't have to overthink it. Now if I was to open up this top and pour this contents of this bottle into the perforations, yes, that could be a problem. But I'm not doing that. The amount of liquid that I'm spraying onto my car leather, I promise you there's people that will sweat this much, especially in those areas of the world that are overly humid during summertime or wintertime, whatever is the hot time of year for you, because I know there's this thing called the equator, and above the equator it's different seasonally than it is below the equator. So down in Australia, Christmas time is warm, whereas in Christmas time for us is very cold. Point is there's people that will sweat that much and perspire that much, so it's just a non-issue. So don't go into freak out mode if you have perforations. But yes, apply some what I would call common sense or uncommon sense, which is you don't want to saturate your seat. You're not trying to make it grow like a plant. You're just trying to clean it. So the operating rule is this: small repeat applications are always better than a more aggressive, overly saturated application that you think you're going to get it in one shot. So just accept you're going to have to go in for repeat applications. So you take it section by section by section. You check the side bolster, or I should say you check the side of the side bolster. You literally break it down into sections, and it is all about the details. So do you want to scrutinize and deal with this car seat in two sections? The bottom, the back. Okay, you can do that, but that's really not detailed. I don't do life generalized, I do life detailed. So I'm going to break this at a minimum based on the panels of the seat and the way it's fabricated. So we've got a panel here. I'm going to address, clean that as a separate entity. Then I'm going to move on, then move on, then move on. You can even go further than that and do it panel by panel, literally panel by panel. And then you can even add dimension or complexity to it and say, okay, now that that is all cleaned, now let's check the crevices. The crevices here, the crevices there, the crevices over here, and the crevices over here. Just goes on and on and on. And then it goes down from here, down to here, down to there, over to there. It's this endless ripple effect. But this is how you clean your car leather. This is my third point of warning, which is this: when it comes to dark or black leathers, they can present a unique situation, which is this: when you clean them, based on the level of dirt that you're dealing with, often they will come out blotchy looking, an uneven appearance. But fear not, folks, for I have a solution for that. Because me as a detailer, me as just an individual, that is unacceptable to me. Yes, I have peace of mind because my leather is now clean and I can sleep better at night, but it's going to drive me crazy because every time I look at my leather now, it's going to bother me. Just like my car paint. I don't want to apply wax and have it look all blotchy looking. Same with my leather. So black or dark colored interiors represent that unique challenge. So I have 3 options for you. And these options are not just for dark or black leather. It is for anyone that wants to raise the bar on their leather. Because the simple answer is this: if you can just consistently keep your car leather clean, it will outlast you as a car owner. It will outlast your interest in that car. Meaning, for the majority of you, you will want to get rid of that car, sell it, trade it in, give it away, whatever, before your leather will crack and degrade and dwindle in disbelief. If you just keep it clean and you do it regularly and consistently, it can be that simple. But if you want to take it to a higher level of conditioning, nourishing, protection, I've got 3 options for you. The first option is my Clear Coat Solutions, and by mine I mean this bottle is owned by me, detailer. This detailer is a detailer made both for the exterior, and it's perfectly suitable and safe and effective for the interior. Also, as a note, if you're a body shop owner or a body shop technician, all of their products are 100% body shop safe. That is very unique to the detailing world. The detailing world, while there's a lot of parallels with the auto body world because we're dealing with paint and interiors and we're polishing a lot of paint, that's pretty much where it stops, because the mentality is so different, the thinking is so different, and the constraints are also different. So one of the constraints with the auto body world is they don't want certain chemicals or organic compounds entering the world because it will mess up their paint jobs. These are auto body safe. These are auto body safe. Quick detailer. Just like your car paint, it is an easy way to just spruce up and maintain the interior of your car. It's not made to clean excessive amounts of dirt. It will remove light smudges, oils, greases that naturally occur just by you using it and driving it and whatever else you do in your car. Occasionally you're going to get some unwanted bodily fluids in your car, whether it's perspiration, body dander, whatever. This is very effective at trivial amounts of that. So you've cleaned it properly. Now you want to maintain it. Moving forward, you can just do this wiping down with this. The proper way to use it is to spray it onto your cloth. The cloth then goes onto the material, the surface that you want treated. This allows you to maintain complete control. So if you spray your interior like I did with the cleaner, you're going to get overspray in areas that are unwanted. This allows you to maintain complete control. This is the first point of entry, keeps a nice stock, creates a nice even appearance to it. You can use this as often as you want. You cannot overuse it. Second point of entry is the Q7 wax. While this way may completely F with a lot of your heads out there, who on earth would ever use a wax on the interior of their car? Well, if you understand basic chemistry and now you understand that your car leather has a clear coating on it that's synthetic, which is also very similar in many ways to the clear coating on your car paint, and this is made for your car paint, then guess what? You can use it on your car interior, specifically your car leather. So once again, you spray it on the applicator, a few sprays, that's all it takes. A little goes a long way. You rub it in, you finesse it until you've achieved desired appearance results. So this would outperform the detailer in the context that this would actually add some wax. This is a carnauba based formulation. So if you accept that wax, carnauba wax, will protect and enhance the clear coat on your car paint, then maybe you can start seeing how I connect the dots as to how it can protect and enhance the clear coating on your car leather, as well as the plastic parts, the vinyl components, the rubber type components of your car's interior. This is a non-staining formulation. I can use this directly on exterior black trim. Not only will it not stain it, but it will actually enhance it, and it will add protection to it as well. I know it goes counter to everything you've been indoctrinated with over the past 20 years, however old you are, but you're just gonna have to trust me on this. And I love, love, love. That's your second step. The third step is there's people that like some shine. They want to visually see more enhancement. Yes, they want some protection. They want some conditioning, some nourishment to their materials, but they also want to see some additional visual enhancement. Enter the world of the new tire lotion. Yes, it's labeled as a dedicated tire dressing. In this case, lotion. This is unique. It dries completely to the touch, which means once you apply it, I like to use this metaphor, or this comparison would be the more appropriate word. Think of this like water-based latex paint, which in itself is redundant because latex paint is water-based, meaning while it's still liquid or it hasn't dried, it's water soluble. Once it dries, it's no longer water soluble. So you can pour water on it and it's not going to wash away once it dries. So the same is with this. So you apply it wet, you finesse it based on the visual results you want, it dries, and now you can either apply a second coat to it to create additional shine, or you can just leave it alone, but it dries to the touch, which means it's not going to get some greasy, oily residue on your clothes. Your tires aren't going to sling up some black sling on your side of your car. So it's great, but it will create a more enhanced gloss or shine. It's not hyper glossy. It's just more of a shine than those other two products. So those are my three go-tos after I clean it first. But I will add this warning. Many of you will default to the route of simplicity. Not intentionally, but accidentally, because this thing called life happens. Life gets hectic, it gets busy, so you become fixated on conditioning your car leather, so maybe you reach for one of these products, but you fail to clean it first. What will happen over time is that you will create a buildup of layer of whatever product you use. Dust will accumulate, it'll create a layer over time, and that layer will actually become damaging to the underlying material called your car. That's not a good situation. So don't get hasty. I would rather see you clean it first or delay the cleaning before you apply a new layer. Okay, if your car hasn't gone excessive amounts of time and there's not excessive buildup of dirt, then, and you want to, you're just pressed for time and you want to spruce it up, I get it. Go ahead and apply one of those. Just know that you're going to have to clean it in between at some point. Don't allow this big grungy buildup to happen. It's not going to happen with those like other traditional oil-based, heavy solvent-based leather conditioners, but it's the potential still exists. Okay. If you like what you see, mouse over that thumbs up, and yes, right now, do it. Give it a thumbs up. Past that, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Give me some feedback. Give others that viewing into this video some feedback. Let us know what you think. If you want to subscribe, more power to you. I love subscribers. So bring it on, subscribers. And if you want to be alerted every time I upload a video, simply hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button. You will get alerts every time I upload a new video. And with that said, I will see you on the very next video.